Zodiac signs that are easiest to cast the evil eye on. Why do some people seem to attract other people's envy and bad energy like a sponge? Why are certain zodiac signs the first victims of the evil eye, even if they themselves are unaware of it? Their aura is open, sensitive, and vulnerable, and any unkind word or glance can leave a deep mark. Today, we will analyze which zodiac signs are most often affected by other people's energy and why they need to be especially careful. These signs may shine brightly, but it is their light that attracts darkness the most. The more they achieve, the brighter they shine, the higher the risk that the jealousy of others will become a test for them. This knowledge will help you understand where you are vulnerable and how to strengthen your energy in time. Watch the video to the end, and you will find out who in the zodiac is under the thinnest protection and who should be more attentive to their surroundings. Subscribe to the channel to always receive knowledge that helps protect yourself and your loved ones from invisible influences. And in the comments, write, do you believe in the evil eye, and have you noticed how it affects you or your friends? Now we will reveal the secret of those signs that are most susceptible to envy and energy attacks. The first sign is Leo. Leo can always be seen from afar. His confidence, loud laughter, desire to be the center of attention, and ability to attract attention make him the main object of envy. And it is precisely this open display of strength and brightness that causes the evil eye to fall on him especially quickly. Leo does not know how to hide. He is too noticeable, and as soon as someone with ill intentions stops to look at him, the energy of envy instantly finds a vulnerable spot. Leo's main weakness is that he likes to show results, share successes, and demonstrate achievements. The more attention they receive, the more they attract those who mentally wish for their downfall. Even simple praise can backfire on them because it often hides hidden discontent. Leos are natural leaders, but in this role, they become targets for other people's projections and aggression. It is important to understand that Leos are sensitive to envy precisely when they are relaxed. As soon as they open their hearts and trust others, someone else's words or gaze can undermine their confidence. This manifests itself in sudden mood swings, sudden fatigue, and a feeling that everything is falling apart for no reason. Successes that were on the rise begin to stall, and Leo's energy seems to dissolve. There is a characteristic feature. When Leo receives recognition and applause, he seems to be filled with light. But this light shines so brightly that it causes internal irritation in others. It is at these moments that the risk of the evil eye is greatest. Situations are especially dangerous when Leo shares personal details of their life, unaware that there may be someone in the audience who wishes them ill. To protect themselves, it is not enough for Leo to close themselves off. This goes against their nature. It is important for them to learn to filter their audience, limit access to the most personal topics, and not allow envious people to penetrate too deeply. When they reveal all their cards, they weaken themselves. But if they keep some of their strength inside, the evil eye will no longer have such destructive power. In conclusion, we can say the main thing. It is easiest to jinx Leo precisely because he shines brighter than others. The brighter the light, the longer the shadow it casts. And anyone who cannot withstand this radiance becomes a source of destructive energy. The danger for Leo is not in weakness, but in his greatness, which causes burning envy in others. His protection is not to fade away, but to learn to control this light so that it does not blind his enemies, but reflects off them. The second sign is Aries. Aries is susceptible to the evil eye because he lives on the edge. His impulsiveness, ardor, and desire to always be first make him easy prey for the unkind thoughts of others. He does not hide his plans, speaks aloud about what he wants, acts quickly and decisively, and this irritates those who are used to procrastinating. Aries seems to push those around him with his pace, and that is precisely why he is easy to jinx. Envy clings to his speed, and an evil eye throws him off his rhythm. It is difficult for Aries to keep secrets. They act openly, demonstrating results even when they are not yet finalized. And this is where their weakness lies. As soon as someone else's gaze falls on unfinished business, the energy of destruction begins to slow down the process. Aries becomes irritable and tired, and things fall apart at the last stage. This is a classic result of someone else's attention interfering with their spontaneous flow. Often, Aries doesn't even notice how they fall under the influence of the evil eye. Everything happens quickly. One awkward comment, a dissatisfied expression, or a sarcastic joke, and their inner fire begins to fade. They react sharply, with flashes of anger, but it is this reaction that opens the door even wider to negative energy. The more angry they get, the deeper its effect. Aries are especially vulnerable in moments of victory. When they achieve a goal, they rejoice loudly, openly, and generously share their emotions. But it is precisely this joy that makes him the easiest target for the evil eye. At this moment, his energy is unprotected and open to the outside world. Envy enters quickly and strikes at the most sensitive points. To reduce the risk, it is important for Aries to learn not to reveal everything at once. Restraint is contrary to his nature, but it is precisely this that can protect him. Aries is strong when they act without witnesses and only show the results after they have been confirmed. Then the evil eye cannot destroy the process, because the main thing has already been accomplished. Aries is easy to jinx because they are too straightforward and do not hide their fire. Their energy is visible to everyone, and anyone who looks at them with envy can knock them off course. But it is this openness that makes him alive and real. And if he can learn not to give his power away to the eyes of others, then no evil eye will be able to extinguish his inner flame. The third sign is Virgo. Too correct, too attentive to detail. This is what makes Virgo vulnerable to the evil eye. As soon as she shows her success, talks about new plans, or boasts about her results, someone else's gaze can undo all her efforts. This sign is used to working themselves to exhaustion, investing every last ounce of energy, but it is precisely the demonstration of results that becomes their weak point. Virgos do not understand that silence is protection, and that excessive candor attracts the attention of those who are envious and who do not want to see others' well-being. Their health and work life are the first to be affected. A spark of envy from a colleague or acquaintance is enough to cause Virgos' plans to collapse. Deadlines are pushed back, energy is drained, and they feel like everything is falling apart. The evil eye manifests itself particularly strongly in small things. What should be perfect suddenly falls apart at the seams. A broken appliance, lost documents, sudden mistakes that were never made before. None of this is accidental. For Virgos, the very fact of being observed by others is critical. The more people know about their affairs, the higher the risk. Even praise can backfire. When they hear, "Everything is going so well for you," Virgos seem to start fighting not with circumstances, but with an invisible barrier that slows down their energy. This sign is too dependent on order and stability, so any outside interference is perceived as painful. The evil eye destroys the feeling of control, and Virgo loses her balance. Her strength lies in pulling herself together and restoring structure, but each time the price increases. In the end, she realizes that she needs protection not from circumstances, but from the views and words of others. If Virgo does not learn to keep part of her life behind closed doors, the envy of others will repeatedly pierce her armor, turning calm into chaos. And this is her greatest vulnerability. The fourth sign is Capricorn. Capricorn is used to keeping a straight face and not showing weakness, and it is this outward steadfastness that causes particular tension from the outside. People see strength, confidence, and the ability to rise higher and higher in him, and begin to compare their lives with his achievements. Envy of Capricorn becomes a dangerous weapon. They don't even need to open up or talk about their successes. Their mere presence is enough to trigger someone else's hostility. This sign attracts attention, and in that attention lies destruction. The evil eye for Capricorn most often manifests itself in the material sphere: money, property, work. As soon as they close a deal or reach a new level of income, delays, unexpected expenses, and problems with documents immediately begin. Everything that seems stable turns into shaky ground. The most unpleasant thing is that Capricorn notices this too late. They are confident that they can handle it, that everything is under control, and at that moment, they lose the most important thing: their sensitivity to the fact that luck is slipping away. The danger is that Capricorns spend a long time gathering strength, making plans for years to come, and can lose a huge chunk of their achievements in a matter of days because of someone else's evil eye. They are vulnerable precisely because they do not believe in such blows. When the usual order collapses, they blame it on circumstances, but in reality, it is often based on someone else's envy. Even loved ones can unwittingly cause harm. A thoughtless word, a look full of discontent, and plans begin to fall apart. Career-related blows are especially hard to take. Everything that has been built up over the years may be threatened. Anger and a desire to prove the opposite arise inside, but the more Capricorn resists, the stronger the influence of others is felt. They feel as if they are on the side of a mountain. One wrong move and years of work will come crashing down. The vulnerability of this sign is not in weakness of character, but in the fact that the gaze of others can pierce even the strongest wall. And the higher they climb, the more dangerous each blow from outside is for them. The fifth sign is Cancer. Cancer is unable to hide their feelings, and this is what makes them easy prey for the evil eye. Any joy is reflected in their eyes. Any happiness is immediately visible, and this attracts attention. As soon as Cancer shares their success, shows their loved ones, or brags about the comfort or happiness in their home, there is an immediate risk of encountering someone else's envy. Their energy is connected to family, home, and emotional stability, and it is these areas that suffer the most. When Cancer is struck by the evil eye, the first thing to collapse is their inner balance. Quarrels start for no reason at home, their mood swings from calm to anxiety, and plans fall apart over trifles. Appliances break down, unexpected expenses drain their finances, and strange illnesses or fatigue appear. All of this is the result of other people's eyes lingering too long on what Cancer values. The more they open up their personal life to those around them, the stronger the impact. Cancer's greatest weakness is that they trust people more than they should. They share their secrets, talk about their dreams, and let people into their homes who don't always have good intentions. The evil eye manifests itself particularly quickly and vividly in them. What was a source of joy yesterday suddenly becomes a source of problems. Joy is replaced by anxiety, and the usual harmony is replaced by a feeling of pressure. Cancer is afraid of losing what is dear to him, and it is this fear that intensifies the effect of the evil eye. The harder he tries to hold on to happiness, the faster it slips away. Words, glances, and even slight ridicule from outside can break through his emotional defenses, and then he is left without strength, as if squeezed to the last drop. This is where their vulnerability lies. The envy of others strikes right at their heart, affecting everything related to their home and loved ones. And if Cancerians do not learn to keep their happiness quiet, the evil eye will return again and again, destroying what is most precious to them, their sense of security and warmth.